No, I do what I can do. Welcome back, crypto fam. Welcome back to Sin City Crypto, coming at you live from Global Studios in Las Vegas, aka Sin City, Nevada. This is your boy, your favorite co-host, David here. We got some amazing content. We're doing a deep dive today into one of our favorite projects. But before we get into it, real quick disclaimer, we are not financial advisors. Anything we say should not be taken as financial advice. Do your own research. With that being said, let's meet my co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola, it's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Although if this is your first time checking us out, a little bit about us here. We are entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take the old, the boring, the stale stuff. We package it up in a fun and sexy way, kind of like your boy here. Also, if this is your first time checking us out, we don't only just do deep dives. This is the deep dive. We do live streams as well, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Check those out. And then, if you could do me a favor, if you like the video, like the video. If you like our personality, subscribe to the video, and also ring the notification bell so you don't miss any other deep dives. David, what we got for us today, baby?
Why'd you look so constipated?
Constipation.
All right. Today we are doing a deep dive into one of our favorite projects. I thought we fired this guy.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve looking real stupid right now. We're doing our deep dive today into one of the hottest trending projects out there, Internet Computer ICP. We're going to give you all the history, the utility, the partnerships, the tokenomics, and of course, we're going to end with personal opinion.
You say ICP? What's ICP stand for? Insane Clown Posse?
No, it stands for Internet Computer. I literally just said it. Let's get into it. The history of Internet Computer. Internet Computer was incubated and launched by the Dfinity Network Foundation, a project regularly advertised on YouTube commercials. I am 100% sure you've seen at least one of them on your YouTube channels, or the ones you watch you can't get out of because they paid a lot of money for them to not let you skip their ads. Now, Dfinity Foundation is a scientific research organization based out of Zurich with nearly 100,000 academic citations and over 200 patents. They have an all-star list of crypto leading analysts who have published their revolutionary scientific papers there. Dominic Williams is the founder and chief scientist at Dfinity. He is responsible for inventing the threshold relay, which we will get into during utility, probabilistic slot consensus, and other crypto techniques that are currently being used in the market today. Before ICP, he was president and CTO of String Labs, which is an incubator for venture-backed crypto projects. He was an early pioneer of DeFi at Mirror Labs and CEO of, quote, Fight My Monster, MMO game for children played by millions of people.
You ever played that game before, bro?
No, but how is Fight My Monster I feel like that's like an adult content kind of thing. Hey girl, fight my monster. The alpha mainnet of ICP was launched in December of 2020. Now let's get into some utility. The most important part of any project, no utility equals no success. ICP uses a novel consensus mechanism called threshold relay. Now, the threshold relay is a variation of the proof of stake consensus. What essentially is nodes produce a random number called a, quote, random beacon. This is used to select the next group of nodes and to drive the platform's protocols. What makes ICP unique is that they are trying to replace the entire internet. The entire internet,
Say
as
what?
we know today, they are trying to replace it. That's the premise behind the project. They are not completely open source, though, although certain parts are open source. Now, ICP is designed to scale smart contracts and data computation and run them at web speed and process and store data safely and efficiently. This is directly from the ICP website. Quote, ICP will be extended to add smart contracts to Bitcoin.
That's pretty big, dude.
That is absolutely amazing. No one has ever done it. I don't believe anyone's ever tried to do it. They're the first ones. This is actually the next step in their roadmap is to launch smart contracts on Bitcoin. Should be coming in the next few months or so. They also claim that they can finalize transactions between 1 to 2 seconds. Now, getting into the nitty gritty of how the ICP smart contracts work. They have smart contracts called canisters, which seem to be a more beefed up version of your traditional smart contract. Now, what are canisters? Canisters have huge metadata stored on them, but what makes the canisters really unique is that they use their own smart contracts or canisters to run nodes for its governance, for voting, data management. They call registry canister and the ledger canister, which I'm sure you can figure that one out on your own. To build internet websites and protocols requires companies or individuals to pay for canister fees by converting the ICP token into, quote, cycles, which is basically another token like fuel or as a service charge to keep your website up, or kind of like a subscription fee. So with Theta, you have Theta Fuel. Theta Fuel is mainly used to pay for transaction fees. With VeChain, you have VThor, which is a token that's used to fuel and pay for transaction fees on the VeChain network. This is exactly the same thing, but their name is Cycles. The Cycle token is tied to a basket of stablecoins and assets. So after purchasing Cycle tokens to fund your website or dApp, if the price of ICP changes, it has zero correlation to the Cycle token purchase. Now, let's go ahead and pull up the picture here we got. We're visual learners here at Sin City Crypto, so we're going to visualize this here for you guys. So you can see, starting on the right-hand side, you have 4 layers. You have the data centers on the bottom, the actual internet layer, then the ICP protocol, followed by the public cyberspace. What happens is the protocol pays ICP to the data centers. The data center will sell the ICP to a financial exchange. The operators there will buy the ICP, then convert it into the Cycle token, and the Cycle token gets fed back into the protocol, which charges the network. So pretty cool little
quick note to add here. So you said that there's no Bitcoin smart contracts or anybody doing that. Just keep in mind, Stacks is already doing it, but they're not fully operational. So I'd like to see who would like to lead this space. I think Bitcoin smart contracts. It's the next stop on their roadmap. So they have a long roadmap, about 20 different stops. It's the very next stop. So I would expect Bitcoin smart contracts to be live on ICP within the next coming months. So really excited for that. I would imagine big pumps if they accomplish it and they can do it efficiently. So I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. Now, ICP also uses and requires something called an internet identity, which is a wallet with your personal information on there. However, without the need of a seed phrase. So if you don't want to do what Robin did and tattoo your seed phrase on your right ass cheek,
that's right,
Internet Computer's got you covered. Let's get into some governance and consensus protocol. The network nervous system, or what they call the NNS, is the autonomous software that governs the ICP. It manages the entire system from the network structure to the economics. Now let's break this down for you a little bit. By weaving together the node machines, it allows the DFINITY network to become both autonomous and adaptive. The NNS has a public key capable of validating all ICP transactions and will act as a, quote, master blockchain. Now, the way ICP reaches consensus is through data center nodes spread across the world called subnets, and each subnet is its own separate blockchain. ICP also rewards its users with ICP token for running nodes, voting, and for governance. Robin touched on roadmap. This is pretty exciting. The final part of their roadmap is the integration of Ethereum into their platform. That will moonshot this project if it already hasn't by that time. As far as partnerships, which is very important to the success of any project, Origin, which is an NFT platform, has partnered with ICP, but some big name investors that have put money and pumped money into this project, the number one being Andreessen Horowitz, which is the leading venture capitalist firm that's investing in crypto today, Polychain Capital, and your girl, that's hot, Paris Hilton, has also put money into this protocol chain. Now, tokenomics and markets. I'm going to start us off, then I'm going to send it to Robin. Public sales sold roughly 1/4 of their total supply of ICP at around 3.5 cents.
What?
Robin, what was the all-time high of ICP?
All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes here of
Wasn't
this.
it like $700?
Right. So now that we got through
Are
David,
you gonna answer my question?
Now that we
answer my question. What was
600 and what was the all-time high?
It was close to $700.
Yeah.
What's the percentage return on that?
Crazy, man.
3.5 cents, $700. Take it away, Robin.
Yeah, we're talking mucho dinero. All right, so we're gonna get into what you have been waiting for. Can we make money on this? The important stuff. We went through the background, what the project is. All right, so Internet Computer currently at date of filming 12/23/2021. We are sitting at $27.28. It is number 37 on the market cap list. So in the top 50, it has a lot of room to move. It used to be in the top 10, and I could easily see it getting back there. Let's take a look at the chart. Or actually, real quick on the circulating supply, we're sitting at 190 million tokens. Now, where is the maximum supply? 475 million. Let's keep in mind, there is no hard cap for this. It is an inflationary token. It does, at the moment, have an inflation rate of about 10%, which within due time, it's going to go down to 5% as they lower the mining rewards.
So does that mean it's a bad buy?
Not at all. I think as long as the inflation is not out of control, it does have deflationary mechanisms that burn tokens. So you just got to find the right balance. The maximum inflation is 10% at the moment. It could be less. And with more utility, could see a 2-3% inflation or maybe negative. Who knows? So circulating supply versus the total supply, less than half of the tokens are in circulation. We do like to see, and you'll hear us talk about this in all of our deep dives, we do like to see the circulating supply to be over 50%. So it's a little shy of that. Not necessarily a big red flag, but would just proceed with caution. You could get a big influx of tokens into the market through over time, which we all know what that does to the price. Right now, market cap sitting at $5 billion. So a lot of room to grow. Let's take a look at where we're at on the monthly chart. So just a month ago, we were sitting at $42. And currently, as of filming, we're at $27. So just shy of a 2x is in potential from where it was to where it is now and where it could be just by reaching where it was in the beginning of the month. Let's take a look at the yearly chart. So
That is
this has not been out for a year yet. So this is essentially the all-time chart as well.
That's
Now,
ugly.
It came out. The chart here doesn't represent the all-time high. The all-time high was $670 upon release. It was top 5 in the market cap list upon release. And as if you do any, and the reason we recommend doing research before you invest in a project, if you would have had reinvested in if you would have researched into the project, you would have seen that token sales were going for 3.5 cents on their initial offering, and then followed up with some private sales at around 60 cents, and then another sale at just over $1. So pretty much all of the tokens were sitting under a 600x at worst. So just think about that. Obviously, when we talk tokenomics, we talk about what was allocated before launch. Do keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out a place to enter. And just like any other ICO or any initial coin offering, once it goes public or once it's available on exchanges, then at that point,
It tanks.
you're going to get a big sell-off as we saw. Now, that is doom and gloom for when it came out. Let me tell you, this project has huge fundamentals. Now, we're sitting at just over $20. I could easily see a 10x here. Easily. Huge project, great ambitions.
I agree.
And with that said, it can pump at any time, has tons of liquidity. The only thing I don't see on here is Binance.us, but pretty much other than that, you can get it anywhere. So liquidity is not a factor. And then that's all I got for the charts there. So,
Okay. You sending it back to me?
In a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap it up and then I'll send it off to you for your closing
People are
arguments.
tired of hearing your annoying voice.
Yeah, shut up. So, where are we at now? $20. We could see easily a $200, $300, $400 ICP in the coming years. Very lofty and ambitious goals to replace the whole internet. But as you know already, the internet is the biggest monetary product that the world has ever seen. And if they can only grasp 20% of the internet, 50% of the internet, for being super ambitious, the project will moonshot in thousands of dollars per token. Don't think that's realistic in the short term, but I could easily see $200, $300 ICP in the next year or two. So
Awesome. Well, that'll do it for our deep dive today, guys. We hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come back, check us out Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On behalf of myself, Robin, and Donnie, we want to thank you again. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.